went got the bag and now everything lit. I went got the bag and now everything lit. I went got the bag and now everything lit. I went got the bag and now everything lit. I went got the bag and now everything lit. I went got the bag and now everything lit. I went got the bag and now everything lit. I went got the bag and now everything lit.
Hey, good day, everybody. Miss Gasolina here. I am so glad that you have joined me for this week of live trading in my channel. And I'm hoping that I will be able to bring some real value to you and showing you exactly what I do to scalp US 30. As far as like the channel itself, the access is free. You do not need to be a part of any platform. You will need to fill out the form in order to get immediate access. So let's be sure to get that informational form submitted. That way I can go ahead and get you in and you can see how I am trading. As far as what I'm doing is I just want to expose everyone to kind of give them an idea of what it looks like to be a Forex trader in the market. I did an evaluation for a professional trading account and I actually have been and accepted a position with a company where I actually do trade investors' money. And I just wanted to now I'm ready to bring more value to the everyday person, because if I can learn to trade at a standard that can be professionally paid, then so can you. So let's just jump right in. Let's get right to what I have for you. What we'll be doing is I'll go over the trades every day and just give you some pointers on where I'm going with them and how I actually took them. Today we'll be talking about stop loss, because if you had access to the Telegram this morning, you'll see that I don't have a physical stop loss on the actual Telegram. But I'm going to tell you now that I trade with a stop loss. So we're going to go over a few things and then I'll show you how I determine what I'm going to use. Okay, so I'm going to jump right in. The first thing we're going to look at is the recommended account size in order to trade US 30. If anyone needs me to, and I'll blow this up so you can see it here. If anyone needs me to go past an account size of $10,000, I'll be glad to do that. But I just wanted you to see what it takes to trade US 30. So US 30 is different than your normal Forex pairs, different in the way that the brokers could count your pips differently. My broker actually counts a pip as 10 pips of what we would normally count. So it's like getting a 10 for 1 pip size. And what that means is on an account size of $1,000, if I was only trading a penny lot size, I'm earning $1 per pip. Now, stop losses are generally recommended to be a percentage of your account, and you should never risk more than a certain percentage. This is an aggressive percentage. It's 5% of the total account at $1,000, and it would be $50 as far as the loss goes. However, on US 30, this can be very hard to maintain, because a $50 stop loss would actually only be 50 pips. And when we go to the charts in a few minutes, you'll see exactly what I mean on how US 30 does move. This is one of the reasons that a lot of people do not trade US 30. They're intimidated by the losses. And so what we have to do is we have to keep the losses to a minimum. They're going to happen. They do come, but you just keep them small enough that you can recover and actually make that money up, even in the next trade or sometime during that trading week. Of course, I've got this all the way down to $10,000. It's been up for a few minutes, so hopefully you had a chance to go ahead and screenshot it. Let's move right on along here. We'll stop this share. And next, we're going to head over to the actual Telegram, and we're going to take a look at what the trades look like and how you can use them. Just waiting for it to load here. I'm going to go to the first trade this morning, and we'll just kind of talk about the way that it actually came in and what you're seeing. So I kind of don't want to show that right there. Okay, that's good. So share and right here. Okay, so my Telegram is actually connected to my MT4. And what that means to you is when I enter a trade, you get exactly what I have done on my MT4 terminal. That means that I'm not calling trades. I'm not listing anything that I myself am not personally involved in. And I think that's really big because I'm looking for honesty in trading. I want to see some truth in our trading as to, you know, what really transpires. So when my first trade this morning was at 352 this morning, I took a buy. The entry price was 27,512.99. And you can see that I do not have a physical stop loss that you can see with your eye. I want you to know that I do use a virtual stop loss that I am watching on the chart. When I took this trade, I had not entered my take profit area, which is the number that I want US 30 to go to in order for me to make the money. The reason I had not done that is because I had not determined that when I seen that the buy was setting up. So the first idea that you got right here was just me simply opening up a buy, okay? And how you know that is there's a trade ID. This number is unique to every trade that I take. And then it's indicated by a new, and it tells you what I'm trading, US 30, okay? Then we come down to the next notification you received that was directly afterwards. And this one says modified TP. TP stands for take profit. And so what I did was I looked at the chart, I identified the last high, and I'm using that for a TP for me to target. Now, sometimes I do not go all the way to the TP. The rule with US 30 trades for me is I really try to close these in profit if possible. So if they get to a certain point and I see them pulling back, like it may go negative, I will go ahead and manually close my trades. The good thing is that you will get that notification as well. Now on this particular trade, this trade did hit my TP. So I did not manually close it, but you do see that the ID again is the same, ending in 108, and that the take profit was the 27,532 even, and then it was closed at the price of 27,532.62. So it actually gave me what we would call a little slippage, or if you're not a Forex trader, what you would know as overage. It gave me some extra change on this trade, right? And it gave it to me in my favor. The profit that you're seeing is actually counted in points because the system that I use to send the trades over doesn't count the pips like my broker does. Let me put this on silent real quick. So it's showing you points. The truth of the trade is that it was not 1,963 pips. That was points. It was actually 196.3 pips, okay? And so really quickly, we're gonna stop that right there. And I'm gonna show you how my broker counts the pips. Now, if you do not know how your broker counts the pips, you probably want to place at least a couple trades in your demo. That way you can see how they are determining what your pip count is. And so US 30 is a 5-digit number with a decimal. I treat this as dollars and cents. It is the easiest way for me to understand exactly what I'm doing. So if price was currently at $27,767.62, and I went for 100 pip take profit, that would move me, and this is wrong, I got them opposite. This would be the plus 27,867.62, and the minus 100 pips would be 27,667.62. I need to fix that. All right. Moving right along. So we're going to go ahead and head over to the charts. And what I'm going to show you is one of the things that I use for my actual stop loss. I do what's called I have an algorithm, and I use several different things that kind of help me determine if I'm going to enter or exit the trade or not. But one of my favorites is going to be moving averages. And so the moving averages that I'm using are the 5 and the 13. Let me show these settings real quick. So if you'd like to screenshot them, because while we're in the Telegram together, I do want you to be able to follow along with what I'm seeing. Okay, so I've got the yellow and the red, and I'm changing over to the 5 and the 13. And these are what's called an EMA, or exponential moving average. It is simply an average of the candles. The 5 is the last 5 candles. The 13 is the last 13 candles. The major thing to remember is that I'm actually trading on the 1 minute time frame. Okay, these are our trades from this morning, and we're going to look at these next. And so how I use my stop loss when I enter a trade, which I will be showing you why I decided to take this trade later this week. How I use this as my stop loss is price kind of hovers above the yellow line. And so one of the ways that I determine when it's time for me to exit the trade is if price, let me make my candles a little bigger so you can see them on trade one. If my price closes below the yellow line, I will close the trade. These two candles didn't really break the yellow line for me. I don't include wicks, so I'm looking for a body to go past the yellow line. And I seen that happen right here. So I did go ahead and exit the trade at this time. So that is how I am managing my stop losses. Now to go over the 3 trades that we had this morning. This was my first trade. The trade was for 196 pip win. This second trade, I seen another buy, and I did get in right here. However, this trade actually reversed on me very quickly. And that very next candle, as you can see, it closed below my yellow line. I did close this trade for 173 pip loss, okay? Now, one thing about the way we're trading, especially when we're scalping, is you never know when you're going into a consolidation state. Consolidation simply means prices moving from right to left. It's not really going up or down or making any big moves. It's just kind of staying in a range. This third trade is probably the longest trade I've been in a long time. It was about 45 minutes long. But when I entered in for the buy, price just really didn't do anything. You will see that the red candle did close below the yellow line several times. There is a different reason why I stayed in this trade. It was because of some additional moving averages that I'll be introducing to you later this week. They're bigger for support and resistance, and so price was trapped on them, but I decided to stay in, and we did end up getting our third trade for 196 pips. So that is the trades. So I want this to be as informational as possible for everyone. I want you to get the best value that you possibly can. Please submit your questions to me. We'll do these recordings. That way you don't have to worry about trying to be available for a Zoom, since we're all over the world. If you'll submit your questions through direct messaging to me, I will answer them anonymously on the recordings, so that we can grow and learn together. And the first question I'm going to answer is going to be why US 30. Many people ask me after 2 years of trading why I ended up settling on trading US 30 solely. And it's because I'm going to play a short video for you afterwards, and you'll see why. It was an 8-minute trade, and you can really knock your goals out of the box if you are learning and taking the time to understand this particular indice and how it moves in the market. So that's it for today. I hope that I brought something to you, and let's get this money, guys. I'll see you in the morning.
they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there.
got the bag and now everything lit.